All right. Hi, guys. Welcome back to episode 9. I'm Sakani, and this is Busy Boys Uncensored. Today, we have a very special guest, an iconic, legendary stylist,
Yes.
Absolutely.
Ty Hunter.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
So sweet.
Absolutely.
You guys present yourselves,
Yes, I'm Demonte.
I'm Ja.
I'm Macy.
and this is Busy Boys Uncensored. So, Ty is an incredible stylist, but I'm gonna let him introduce himself. And yeah.
I'm Ty Hunter, author, celebrity stylist. I've done it all. I don't really like to give myself a title because I do
Right.
everything, but yeah,
Yes.
Ty Hunter.
Yes.
We
I
know the
love that.
name.
We know
Thank
the
you, guys.
name.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm a little nervous for the uncensored part, but it's fun.
But yeah, we just want to give you your flowers
Thank
on our
you,
show
thank you,
because you have done monumental things.
Thank you.
And yeah, we're so happy to have you on our show.
I'm honored to be here. Thank you.
Yes.
So y'all know how we start off the show. What are we listening to this week?
Mhm.
Macy, if you want to go.
What am I listening to this week? I'm going to say I'm listening to Zara Larson. Her song "Right Here" is basically about like this guy she's dating. He won't pay any attention to her, and so she's begging him. She's like, "I'm literally right here. Like, can you please show me some love?" And so it just resonates with me a little bit right now.
Love that.
It resonates with
Okay.
you.
Want to talk about it, sister?
No, not like that.
Oh, okay.
So so Sundays are like my baddie Sunday. I usually watch baddies with Marquise, and we usually like hang out and listen to music after. And last week, I never heard the song, but he showed me "All That I Can Say" by Mary J. Blige, and it's featuring Lauryn Hill. And I'm pretty sure Lauryn Hill wrote it just because the song is so like her coded. It just sounds like her pen, but yeah, I've been like addicted to that song. I can't stop listening to it. So "All That I Can Say" by Mary J. Blige is my song this week.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's to me now. I'm
Mm.
part of this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm a gospel head, and but I do
Yeah.
listen to Brandy almost every day. Brandy is one of my top.
They swear by
Brandy
Brandy.
stands.
Love Brandy down up in here. We
absolutely.
love
So
Brandy.
my He is like a song that I listen to a lot by Brandy because it's kind of give
He
you
is?
gospel too. Yeah,
I'm gonna
check it out. Check it out.
On full moon.
I'm not gonna tap
Absolutely.
into Brandy, so I'm gonna definitely.
Yeah.
Period.
I've been telling you, Ja, you gotta
I
get with it or get loved.
Yes.
I'm gonna try.
So I will say my song this week is "Rockin' That Shit" by The Dream.
Okay.
Really just an iconic, okay? It's an iconic throwback.
I do my BBL walk to that song.
I'm
the subway.
in love. Yeah, it's just everything about it, and then it just brings you back to like a good place. Like you can,
Mhm.
it's just like one of those feel good songs, and then the breakdown of the song, like amazing producer, ahead of its time.
I love
Mhm.
you.
So yeah,
Yes.
I've been listening to Just Us by SZA and DJ Khaled.
Love that
It's
song.
just us against the
So-
world.
absolutely.
good
Yes, but period. Love that. Ty, so we have some questions for you.
Okay.
In your line of work, what do you find the most challenging and the most rewarding?
I would say the most challenging is just being able to balance family, friends, and loved ones, because you give so much of your all to the craft. You miss out on a lot of things, birthdays, funerals, and, crazy things. And
Yeah.
trying to be in a relationship is kind of impossible, but you kind of have to make it work. And the most rewarding thing is, I don't know, just being able to show love and take care of my family and financially and be there to support them, and when my mom says she's proud of me, those kind of things, and my daughter as well, making them proud. A lot of my moves is to put I'm one of those people that get happy when the loved ones put a smile on their face.
Right.
So when those things happen, I'm grateful and happy.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
In terms of longevity, what do you consider the most impactful part of your career and why?
I would say because I've been in the game for almost over two decades. I started in '99. Just being good to people, being
Mhm.
humble and treating people like I would treat any other person from the interns on, and just letting everybody know that I see you because I need the intern just as well as I need the girl at the front desk, just as well as I need the person that worked there.
Yeah.
So just being able to let everybody know that this whole thing is a machine, from hair to makeup to the designer to every single person. So I just want to let every person know that I see you and I appreciate you. So those are kind of steps
Yes.
that I take. A lot of people don't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
They come in as like, I'm here to see Lisa at the showroom, and what about the girl? Like, I see the girl at the front desk. Oh, you changed your hair. It's the girl in the back, the intern. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. I'll pick up some cupcakes or something. But
Yeah.
just letting people know that that's how I've been in the game so long, and I don't see my peers as competition. I'm competing against myself.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I will say, like, ever since I met you, you've just been like the sweetest person
Thank you.
ever.
Truly.
By far, everyone I've met in the industry, you are like just an angel.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And so easy to talk to as well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're very kind. I would say I'm a musician. I think along the journey, that is something that I learned is like so important, is just being kind to everyone, because people really don't forget those things.
Yeah.
And it just adds to your brand. Like, people will speak highly of you because of that. So like that resonated with me, because I'm like, it's so real. Just being nice to everybody or just being a good person, like it will take you much further.
I agree. I just think when people think of fashion, they think when you're in fashion, you have to be fierce and like, all of those things, but you still can be all those things, but humble and still be respectful. And I just, I want my name and my legacy to carry that versus my work as well. Like, he was a good guy. He did this for me, because I was blessed to have, me and Miss Tina, when I started, it was just us, and we weren't able to even go to showrooms and pick out clothes. Like, we had to create things, and learning from that was, at the time, felt like a horrible thing, but it was a blessing, because it taught me fabrics, it taught me trims and things that, other stylists, they just see look number 7 on, I didn't have that. We didn't have Google. We didn't have style.com. We
It's
didn't
like
have,
Or
we
Vogue
had two-way
Runway.
pagers. You know what I mean? So we had to be creative and make things happen. And that was a blessing. And also, when I was able to get to showrooms, I'm blessed. And I talk about this in my book. Freddie Liba and, Philip Block, they literally would say, Ty, some hot stuff here at Ellie Saab. You should go check it out. And Philip Block was styling Halle Berry at the time. And I was such a fan of his work. And just those two men, and I talk about them in my book, because them showing me the way, because people weren't doing that. Like, they'll be like, they'll go and hoard the hot stuff and keep it for their clients. And there'd be times you would go to the showroom and they would just grab all the hot stuff, and they'd be like, your client won't look right in that, but that's how competitive it was at the time. And just from them being the way they were, it taught me to take the kids under me and my peers and be like, hey, this looked like something that Katy Perry would wear, or whoever the stylist was. And so my peers didn't ever look at me as competition, and they always looked at me, that's Ty. I always had that good, you know, just being nice to people paid off and let me go further than the rest.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's honestly such a big testament to your character and your integrity, because I feel like it's so easy for people who have gone through the worst in the industry to become the worst themselves.
Yeah.
And like kind of like just take that on. But I think it says a lot about your character.
Thank you. And another thing is, when I was styling, it was just me and Miss Tina. Now when I see stylists have like all these interns and people working under them, like I was doing the returns, the pickups, and
Oh my gosh, yeah.
all of that stuff by myself, And when I started, I was even doing the hair with Miss Tina. We were doing the girls' hair, so I would carry a bag full of Marcel irons and hair products, and then we was me and Miss Tina was one-stop shop.
Yeah.
And so now just seeing how things have progressed, and I'm like, I would watch videos now. I'm like, damn, I did all it. Like, now when I see this stuff, because I didn't really pay attention to what I was doing, because I was in the fire until I retired from styling Beyonce after On the Run 1. And just now, everywhere I go, I look at videos or hear a song, and it just takes me to those memories. And I'm like, okay, you did that.
You did that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, what is an iconic look people often remember you by, whether it's you or one of your clients?
I would definitely say Crazy in Love, still to this day, is one of my favorite.
They recreated that to this day.
It was so timeless, and even like the album cover, it's like that body of work.
Oh my
it's
God.
just timeless, and it's just a staple in history that I just can't run from, and it's still to this day my favorite work.
Yes.
From the tank top to the jean shorts.
It's so minimal
red
but perfect.
and it just grew. It
Simple
grew,
and
it grew,
effective.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching the video of the Pepsi commercial,
Mhm.
the behind the scenes the other day, and
Uh-huh.
you going through all the looks, and I'm just like, this is so iconic.
It was.
Mhm.
It was.
Yes. Um, so you kind of touched on this, but what's one thing that you want to be remembered by?
Just that good guy. You know what I mean? That guy that inspired me to keep going. I'm a country boy from Texas who had a
Mm-hmm.
vision and a dream. And, and when in Texas at the time, we didn't have a lot of celebrity and people to look up to, and
Mm.
Yeah.
just to take that and grow from that. And I used to work on artificial heart valves. I was in the medical field.
Right.
Mm.
And I used to sit under a microscope, and I found out one of my good friends had a heart valve, and it just messed up my numbers. And I hated going to this place. And the president at the time had family leave, and I literally lied to my boss, and I was like, because you could leave your job for 3 months, like it was like a loss that was going on at the time, and I went to my boss, I was like, I'm having family issues, I need a moment, and my boss was like, we love you here, do what you have to do. So I called my cousin. I lived in Austin, Texas at the time, and I called my cousin who lived in Houston, Texas, and I just needed to get away. I had a lot of stressful things going on. I was a new father. My daughter, shout out to my daughter Treasure. She's 29.
Shout out
Hey,
to
Shout out to Treasure.
But I wanted to just find myself, and I just knew I wanted more. I would This one man, he worked at the company, and it's so many people. I would talk to them, and I love that job because it was a melting pot of different cultures. I was able to be around Vietnamese and Chinese, and I learned what different cultures and Africans, and it was just a beautiful place. But I had to find something else, and so fashion has always been a part of me, but I never thought of it as a money thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was always best dressed in school. People would pay me to dress them for back to school. I would literally go back to school shopping for people sometime, and
I know that's right.
That's
Wow.
so tea.
I was
Then
doing
I'm gonna blame out my outfit.
I was doing everybody's hair back then. I didn't have nobody's license, Lord Jesus. But I was doing everybody's hair, but all those things, making people feel good about themselves, was just in my DNA. My family would have me do their hair and ask me. They would send me, "Do you think this shoe go with this?" Everybody, my opinion meant
Mm-hmm.
so much to people before they stepped out into the world. And
Yes.
so I asked my cousin, could I come stay with him for a month? That ended up being for eternity, and I started
been
working in
there.
different started doing visuals for different stores.
Mm.
And when I started working with a store called Booyaka, Miss Tina and the girls had No 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 on the radio. Destiny's Child had No No
Mm-hmm.
No. No No No.
Of
Of
course.
No,
course.
no,
No,
no.
no,
What's the remix?
no.
Which one you want?
But it's really yeah, 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 yeah.
Right,
Exactly.
exactly.
But anyway, so they were neighborhood superstars, and they were growing and growing. And I met Miss Tina, and we just connected because my mom was 4 hours away in Austin, and me and if you ever get a chance to meet Miss Tina, she's immediately she's everybody's something.
Yes.
She's just an amazing person, and as time went on, years and then I started working at another store. She would come in, and I started working at a different other store. And then by the time I started working at BB, the girls had just dropped Independent Women,
Mm.
and I hadn't met each girl individually except for Beyonce. Michelle, whenever she came to town, because she didn't know anybody, we would hang out. Kelly, I knew everybody. Solange was a kid, and I was working at BB. And one day they all came in, they were filming them. And Miss Tina was like, I'm gonna get you out of here one day. And she would give me like little tests. I found out later, recently, like 2 years ago, we did a thing that I didn't know they would test. I thought it was real things, but she was like, we just lost the luggage for such and such, and I need these many outfits to come to Vegas for this
Oh my
award show. And
gosh.
so she would give me tests like that, and we would make it
So I
happen.
got a trick. Let me see.
And so that day they all came in, Ty, and I kind of like helped them all and put them in the dressing room. Miss Tina was like, I'm gonna get you out of here one day. And I didn't believe her, but like a couple of weeks later, and I was going through so much, just horrible things were happening at that time. And she just came in like an angel, and I called her on my day off, and the rest is history. My first job was the Survivor video and the
Mm.
Grammys.
That's iconic
Absolutely.
too.
Thank you.
Like,
Period.
The,
Yeah.
Icons all across the board. Absolutely.
Yes.
Can we
Thank
just
you.
clap it up
the
again?
Yes.
I'm
oh my
like,
gosh, yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So as you guys can see by the looks, I styled them.
very Sakani coded today.
Yes,
Yes.
very
Wait, we need
Sakani.
like a camera on everybody.
Yes.
yeah, put
For
a
like 5
camera.
seconds.
So today we have a fashion episode, and which is why we brought the iconic Ty Hunter on. So with our fashion episode, what colors do you guys often wear, and what colors do you guys avoid wearing for yourself?
Mhm.
Well, I love black, as you guys know. Like, I just feel like it's so easy to wear.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
I feel like it's not, I don't feel like there's a certain season I need to wear black in. I could wear black in the summer, I could wear black in the winter, fall, spring. But yeah, I think it's like a go-to color for me because it's simple. Colors I don't really attract to too much are just very, very vibrant colors. Like, I don't really like to wear like neon green or
Mhm.
like very bright yellow, or if I do, it's kind of subtle. But
Yeah.
Mm.
those aren't colors that like I'm instantly attracted to. I just sometimes
Mm.
feel like they're I'll wear them. I just feel like they're really loud. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
feel like they sometimes I feel like you can do it right, but I sometimes feel like really bright colors like that too can seem immature.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Okay.
Period.
Me?
You wanna go?
I love black. And I wasn't a black person at first. I
Mm.
used to love color when I was younger, and when I got into business, black is the color. You know, you have to go on stage sometime if a zipper pops, or
Yeah.
we just work wise. I
All
always wear
black.
black. But I love colors. I don't put a. I wear whatever's hot. You know,
Mhm.
I don't care if it's loud. I don't care. I love yellow, of course. You guys know that because everything in my social media is yellow. But
Yes. Yellow
black,
down.
black is just like easy. It's sexy. It's safe. It's
Mhm.
all those things. You can put on black and it's gonna make it
Slimming.
work. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'll say for me, I really don't. I feel like I can pull off any color, to be honest. I'm gonna be like, not even on no cocky stuff, but it's just like I'm willing to just try anything once and see how it looks, and then
mhm.
we go from there. If it doesn't work, then I know, okay, that's probably in the back a little bit.
Yeah.
Won't wear that color again, but it's not like I'm like, oh, I would never wear this color again, because
Mhm.
I
Right.
feel like even as we get older, like our bodies change too, and that's like maybe something that I probably wouldn't have looked good in like a year ago can look good now.
Yeah.
So,
Um, my favorite color to wear is black, obviously. Um, I wouldn't say that I try to avoid any colors. I think when I'm dressing myself, I avoid like loud colors because I just think that when someone else styles me, I can wear a different color if
Mhm.
mm,
like the look is pulled together correctly.
mhm,
But me myself, I know I dress myself better when I just wear all black.
Mm,
mm.
same.
But if someone else styles me, I'm putting my trust in them to like possibly make me look good in a loud color, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that
No,
makes
yeah, it
sense.
does.
I feel like I love warm colors on my skin. Like
Mhm.
I love an orange, I love a red, I love anything that's like warm. I try to stay away from like cool colors, like really dull greens and blues,
Mm.
Mhm.
like
I
things that
love
like are
the
kind of
blue.
boring ish.
Mhm.
I don't like that on my skin. I like those
Job's
vibrant.
boring.
I
I
love
love
the dark
black.
green.
Black is just classic. Like
Yeah.
black, everybody can agree. Like black is just it goes with everything.
I can say
Absolutely.
like if I am depressed for long periods of time,
Mhm.
I will go and like put the loudest, brightest colors on.
Hmm.
Maybe I
That's
need to try that.
necessary.
Listen,
Yeah.
I tell you, it works. I
Yes.
promise you. I will put on the brightest colors. So whenever y'all see me look like a crayon box
You
that
going through
collapsed, they say
it?
he must have went through something.
Felt
See,
it.
I was following this one page and it was like a numerology page. I was like, this is also during like COVID time, so I was like just deep in a lot of different bags as far as
Mm.
like spirituality,
Yeah.
so many things. And numerology was one thing I was like super interested in. And basically the number of the day can like coincide with the like color of the day too.
Mhm.
So if like based on like the vibration of the, let's say, number 8, I don't know like the exact science of it, but basically you could wear like a baby blue or something to like
Got
match
it.
the vibe. And it, there's so many like terms behind like the number, not just like the number itself, but like life meaning, like longing for something,
I
Well,
and
get
yeah.
wealth.
that.
Yeah.
Scientific.
Yeah.
Color theory is a real thing. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
all the fast food restaurants use yellow and red because they
Yes,
attract
Hmm.
they
attention.
do. I seen
Yeah.
something
Burger
about that
King,
recently.
McDonald's, yeah,
Yeah.
they all use that. So.
Absolutely.
So do you guys think that fashion is freedom of expression or people should follow trends more?
Mm.
I am anti-trend. I
Period.
believe in if you feel good, and I don't, you used to be like you can't wear white and you can't do that. Like,
Yes.
do whatever you want to do. Like,
Can't
Hmm.
wear white
whatever
after
makes
Labor
you
Day.
feel great,
Mm-hmm.
Because we
that
about to do
makes
it.
you feel good. I always say we're not born with clothes on. Our first outfit is our skin, and until you
Mhm.
feel right with that, you're gonna always have a problem. So the key is
Right.
to
Hmm.
always just get to a place of loving yourself, because it's really not about the fashion. It's about how you feel about your
Mhm.
self-esteem.
And what you're wearing.
That's why
Absolutely.
Gaga can wear a meat dress and
Anything
everybody
in
be
the
like, oh,
world.
okay, let me go put some
It's
meat
my
on.
girl.
Right.
So it's just that's why a lot of times these girls see people on the carpet and want to emulate them, but it's you could see the same person, another person put that on, and it's not going to work. It's the
Right.
Mhm.
confidence. So
Mm.
even when I style someone, I'm let them make sure they're a part of it. I can go get any look, but
Mhm.
how do you feel? What are your insecurities? And get you to a place of not being insecure. I don't
Right.
like my arms, so let's try some sheer or whatever. Just
Mhm.
get them to a place of just loving themselves all as a whole.
I love
Exactly.
that.
And
Yeah.
so I don't. When it comes to fashion, I don't care if it's expensive, if it's cheap. I don't. It's thrift, whatever. As long as you feel good, and long as the
Absolutely.
person you look at in the mirror, you good, I'm good. Okay, let's go.
Mhm.
And that's
Absolutely.
what fashion is to me. And that's why even though I'm a stylist, I hate when the client. You can always tell when somebody wasn't part of the transaction,
Mhm.
because they
Mhm.
go out there and
Absolutely.
they uncomfortable
They're
and
like
they're not
this.
feeling it, and so it's important, just because you can get the top designers to give you things, make sure that the client feels good and
Yeah.
comfortable in it. And also it's about, before you even look, let's take some pictures and let's
Mhm.
Mhm.
I remember back in the day, like I was like one of the first stylists to go on the carpet.
Mhm.
It's like, I can't let this girl go out this with this train. Like,
Right.
who's gonna lay it out? You
Yeah.
Right.
know
Right.
what I mean? Like, and people were like, you all in the, like, I don't care how I look, it's about how she looks.
Right.
And
Mhm.
so
Exactly.
That was
I would go out there. They used to be so mad at me, but I'm like, I am not about to let these girls go out there with trains, and like, I want to be able to make sure, just in case something happens, to run out
Right.
there and fix it, because those
Absolutely.
pictures are forever.
and that's your
Yeah.
Exactly.
word.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
your
that's
name
your
is
word.
attached to that.
yeah. And so now it's good to see that the stylists are doing that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like you said, like loving yourself, and I also just think like it's a level of confidence that comes with it. Like,
Mhm.
because if you aren't following trends, like you're not doing the norm for the most part. So
Mhm.
I think you have to be very confident in order to do that. Personally, like I feel like I like to stay on trend a little bit, but I just like to do what I want and make sure I
Yeah.
look good.
Yeah.
Like that's the most important thing to me. I think everyone, like I agree with Tyler. I just think like it's all about you making yourself feel good. Like I love seeing people who have like a like 1960s aesthetic or something like that,
Yeah.
where they're just
Mhm.
doing something that nobody else is really doing, and they're
Yeah.
so committed to it, and like it's refreshing to see because we don't see a lot of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I love seeing people who don't follow trends and do their own thing and look good.
Yeah.
Like I think it's I sometimes think people associate being trendy with like just being stylish, and I don't think
Mhm.
Mhm.
that's what it is.
Yeah,
Or
I'm
wearing like
I'm I'm just so anti-trend.
yeah.
And if everybody else want it, I don't want it. And if
Yeah.
I do
Mhm.
do it, I'm very disrespectful with it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah,
Like, if it's a
100%.
trend, like I'll spray, like I'll just like
Make it
make
yours.
it mine.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just a little razzle dazzle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with both of you. It's definitely better when you just exude confidence through whatever you wear.
Yeah.
Um, definitely not a trend follower.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say the same, to be honest. I honestly just wear what I want to wear. Like sometimes I can be very comfortable with what I'm wearing, and then sometimes like I have this feeling of like being uncomfortable with my clothes, but not in the sense of like I don't want to wear it again, but just like, okay, this is something new. And I feel like that's when you can like really push the boundary of like how you're expressing yourself. And
Mhm.
also just like, okay, I know I could look good in this, but it's a work in progress. Like it's
Right.
when you try something new, it's also just like a sense of like overstepping something that you like kind of put on yourself or someone probably put on you before.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it feels good when you can break down that wall and it's like, okay, another bad bitch level entry. Let's keep going.
And I think too with that, like you really only know that you're doing that for the first time. So I feel like when you
Yeah.
wear that shit, like
Exactly.
Hmm.
I put this shit on every day. Like
Right.
Yeah.
people,
Period.
like you could almost like sense that like the confidence in a person. I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
they
hmm
know they look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know when someone is like being cocky versus the confidence just like coming out.
Exuding
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
who they are.
exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Mhm.
agree.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's definitely a combination of both. Like, I definitely think there you should always express what you're feeling inside and let it show in what you wear. But I also feel like trends are so fun. I feel like I love watching the latest runways and the latest menswear coming out, women's wear coming out. Like, when is the knockoff coming so I can wear that? Because I like trends in that sense.
Yeah.
Like I like okay, pink cashmere is what's in now, and
Mhm.
I like seeing how we can play with that. But yeah, I think it's a combination of both for me.
And I like when you do it, don't take the whole look.
Right.
Take
Mhm.
look number 1 shirt, look number 7's pants.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
be creative and make it your own.
Right.
Exactly. Take the tips from
Absolutely.
Ty. Tips from Ty.
So what are you guys' fashion do's and don'ts?
Mm.
My do is do whatever you want to do, and my don't is don't worry about what people have to say.
Period.
Lock it.
Clock that T.
I love that.
My fashion don't. I'm thinking of women's wear right now,
Mhm.
but I don't like when there's like a big like thigh high boot and there's a long dress over it.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
I don't know. I feel like when you can see the boot under the dress, it just bothers me. Like
So when it's like a bodycon dress
yes,
Yeah.
and then they
over
have a
Mhm.
a
boot like
thigh high boot.
over up
Yeah.
to their knee, and you could just see the
Okay.
whole silhouette of the boot. That's a personal don't to me,
I'm
ladies.
with that.
I'm
Mm.
that's
I'm
like the
with that.
first thing that came to my mind. But
If she
That's
have
a
a slit to
you
loose
can
the
work with a
loose
slick, but
with
then
the
it's gonna
slit.
have movement, so it won't
yeah.
be
Yeah.
so like
Yeah.
you
That's
see
a
the
good
whole
don't.
boot.
That's a don't because I believe in undergarments and the clean lines are important to me. And
Absolutely.
Yes.
a lot of people don't know like that dress would have been better if you had on Spanx or, you know, the right bra. So undergarments
Yeah.
are important for lines and that bulkiness of a
Yeah.
boot. I'm with
It makes
you.
me uncomfortable. I almost feel like I'm in it. And I'm
I'm
just
with
like,
you.
I just would want to
I'm with
take the
you.
boots off.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
my don't. My do, I love a hat. So like I think accessories like are so fun to play with. I feel like
Mhm.
they can make an outfit. So I just think my do would just be kind of like playing around with accessories, like and not always overdoing it with the outfit and kind of completing the look with accessories.
I
Mhm.
like that.
That's good.
Mm.
For me, I think my fashion don't, like, I'm very big on confidence. My don't would be like, don't leave your house if you feel uncomfortable, if you
Mhm.
don't like the outfit, if you feel like your feet are starting to hurt, don't wear those heels out.
Girl, you need to take your own advice.
um, Not too much because my feet start hurting 4 hours after I have the shoes
Okay,
on.
okay.
I'm
Time
saying
it.
Yeah, you be timing it.
I'm saying like when someone can't walk in heels
Gotcha.
Mhm.
and they're like just stumbling all over their
Out the
house.
house.
So that's my don't. And then my do is, like you said, Ja, adding an accessory, whether it's eyewear, glove. I love a glove,
Yes.
as you guys can
That's
see
your
by all my
signature.
looks. But yeah.
So I'll say my do is don't let your body type get in the way of what you want to wear. You know, whatever. Wear whatever you want to wear. Big, skinny, small, hefty, muscular, whatever. Wear what you want to wear. My don't is, oh my god, like let's couple pictures. You don't have to match.
Oh, so
You don't-
Atlanta. Like
you do
I
not have
hate
to
it.
exactly match. Like we can coordinate.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we don't have to match.
It
That's
gives me
my-
like 16 years old.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
just
oh my god.
I feel like it can be cute for like some pictures if y'all doing like a shooters like just something like really cute, but it's definitely can be like an
everyday
thing.
thing, like
Like,
all
that's
of our
It can
couple
come off
pictures.
very corny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like we're twin brothers just dressing like each other. That's what it gives to me.
And then half
Yeah.
the time they do be looking like brothers. So
What's one of the worst outfits you've worn or
Mm.
styled?
Mm-mm-mm.
Mm.
my Tumblr era, like I could pull a picture from damn near any picture from 2012 or 2013.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the outfits I used to wear. Like
Yeah.
I just look back on I don't think let me take that back. I don't hate every outfit,
Yeah.
but there's sometimes I just wanted to be so outside of the box and like so different that I'm just like, girl, you needed to tone it down a little bit. Like
Yeah.
you was doing an
Experimenting.
awful lot. You looked a little crazy.
You were
but
experimenting.
I feel like that was
Yeah.
also like the Tumblr era too. It was
It
just like you
was.
just kind of like create whatever you want, and
I
it
will
could
say for the
be a
time
hit
it
or
didn't
not.
feel weird. Like it didn't feel weird at the time. I did feel like I was stepping outside the box, but like it didn't feel like I was doing the craziest thing. But just looking back, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No.
I I I didn't go to my prom,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
and my girlfriend at the time, she wanted me to take her to a prom, and I already had a black suit, and I was supposed to go get a tie,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't go get a tie, and so I ended up wearing my work tie and I worked at a grocery store,
Oh my
so I
God.
wore my grocery store work tie on
Oh.
with my tux. Nobody caught it, but that
But
still haunts me every time
yeah.
I
Yeah.
look at that picture.
You
Did
have
they
The
have
that
like a
Oh
thought.
my
details.
logo on it or
god.
something?
No, it was a tie. We had to wear a bow tie for work.
Okay.
And I
A
worked.
bow
Okay.
tie not so bad.
No, but it's still it was the bow
Mhm.
tie
Just
from.
school.
I worked at a store that's from back in the day. It was called Tom Thumb, and I
Mm.
was a cashier, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just throw this on." And every time I see that picture, it just gets to me.
Wait, I
Yeah.
want to see this
You
picture.
will not.
Taking that to the grave.
Well, speaking of suits, in high school, for some reason, I had like this fascination with the vest of suits, like the vest, and I would leave it open and I would wear it with
Ooh.
anything,
Mm.
But that
jeans,
does give
That
like
a
that's
high
plain,
school.
that's
yes,
Yeah.
okay. That was
and
a
it was,
moment.
oh my god, it was awful. Like, why do you have a dressy vest on with a plain
It's
blue
giving like,
shirt
Nothing
and
wrong with that.
some
rebel
jeans?
and
I was like, what are you doing? But it
Yeah.
was high school, so I don't hold it against
That's
it.
okay.
Yeah. For me, I had this era where like 7th grade to like my sophomore year in high school, I just wore black slacks, a black bow tie, and whatever color button up I found at Express.
period.
Okay.
Express,
They
come
got some
on.
good button downs.
Express.
They do.
So it would be like range from white to like neon green or coral.
Hmm.
It was just not cute. So I think I would. Those pictures are all on my mom's Facebook. So
Moms love to keep their stuff
Literally, I'm
private.
like,
They
just hide the
surely
folder,
do.
hide the
yeah.
album.
Stop tagging me,
Mm-hmm.
please.
Delete it.
So that era was just. I look back and I'm like, ill.
Yeah.
Cause it's just like you could tell I was trying to find my style, find
Mhm.
myself.
It brought you here.
Mhm.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
So
that's the worst for me.
I would say like I feel like it was definitely in middle school for me as well. Like just trying to experiment with a whole bunch of things. So it was also like the Tumblr era, and I also had like a really like strong fascination for cardigans.
Mhm.
And we also wore like
Yes.
school uniforms. So it's but we also could wear like any color like shirt as long as it had like the school logo on it.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we could do like a navy blue, and I would like have like a with like a the writing it comes in red as well. So then I would get like a navy blue and white striped cardigan and wear it over top with like a straw, some kind of like hat would always be involved.
Love a hat.
It was just a crazy time, but the cardigans was definitely a thing for me. But I love a cardigan now, but I don't wear it
Mhm.
the same way I would do it before I was in
Right.
high school. I mean middle school.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wore a lot of cardigans during that era too, Tay. Like I
Yeah.
love to thrift a cardigan.
I
Like
like cardigans. I
my
I
haven't
love
worn them in a while,
them.
but
me
they
either.
just add a little layer to something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
A little
I love a
pizzazz.
I'm a
cardigan.
little haunted by them because of how much I wore them, but I have one that I wear sometimes.
Yeah.
I still have some. I like to wear them still.
Yeah.
So our next question is, who is your favorite designer and who is your favorite brand? I'll go first. My favorite designer is Olivier Rousteing and Riccardo Tisci.
Hmm.
My favorite brand is Daily Paper. Um, they started online. I believe they have a few storefronts in London, if I'm not mistaken. But I just found them like when I was interning at Cotton Incorporated, and I just thought it was like for the era, it was just such different clothing that I fell in love with them. I couldn't afford it at the time, so I didn't buy it. But yeah, that's like one of my favorite brands.
You just Ricardo and Olivier, of course, it's like family. I've worked did so many projects with them, and
Yes.
just the talent and just they are just amazing. As far as brands, I'm all over the place. I can't have that one.
Mm-hmm.
I find more happiness from thrifting and vintage shopping,
Yes.
going back to things that look like 70s and 80s,
I love that.
So I don't really have a favorite designer. It's just about what looks good on me
Mm-hmm.
and makes me feel good. But definitely those two designers are, yeah, I've done a lot of history making with them. So
Absolutely.
definitely them.
Some designers that come to mind for me are like Virgil, Kanye West, but like my favorite brands are kind of like Burberry. I consider myself a Burberry guy, and Balenciaga.
Period. Y'all know I love streetwear.
Mm-hmm.
So um I told you guys about this, I believe, but I went to like the event Pierre Moss had that was like the lootout thing.
Yes.
And I don't know if he did. I assume he did it with every group, but he like came in and talked to us and like just kind of like picked a few of us, asked us about our year. So he's my favorite designer just because like that moment really resonated with me. Like
Mhm.
he had called on me. We were just talking for a minute and like he just gave me some really sound and solid advice. And it was just so like
Genuine.
so genuine, so down to earth,
Yeah.
like, and it was just like speaking to one of y'all almost, you know. So like
Mhm.
I just felt he just seems so human, like so like not like we were at his event.
Yeah.
So that really resonated with me. That moment alone just made him like one of my favorite like celebrities that I've met because it
Yeah.
was just such a sweet moment. But I would say he's my favorite designer, my favorite brand. Just because I was able to work with them, I would say Telfar. The experience was amazing. Like it was just the fact that I feel like I was able to do that so early in my career.
Mhm.
It's major.
It was, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it felt so
Absolutely.
good. And it's a big accomplishment. So that would be my favorite brand.
Period.
Absolutely. I'd say for me, I don't have a favorite designer. I feel like I want to get more in touch with that side of myself
Mhm.
and like actually like studying like just more artistry of what they do and how they do it. Because even like watching videos and like just the process of like editing to like the sketching to actually establishing the brand and like the actual like designs and
Mhm.
seeing that come to life too. It's all a process. So yeah, I don't really have one, but I always respect the process of everyone that does it and like how long it can take or how like short of a time it can take. Um, but as favorite like brands, it's always been Prada for me. I just love like the clean,
I was
sexy,
gonna say
elegant
so
look.
clean.
And
Mhm.
also like Prada always has like a sporty kind of like undertone of it, which I really enjoy, but it's still very like classic and still like crisp and clean
Yeah.
and very effective.
Yeah, I
Period.
always think of clean when I think of Prada too. Like
Yeah.
it's so
Mhm.
neat,
Hmm.
so
Mhm.
like
Yeah, like even
I don't
down like
know.
they have so many different like eyewear, cologne, perfumes, like it's so many different like parts of them, and that's
Yeah.
what I really enjoy because all of it looks good.
Period. I love that y'all have great sense of styles.
Well, you
Just want to
know.
Well,
put that
thank
out
you.
there. So who is someone that comes to mind that has great style naturally? For me, I'm gonna start and say my mother. She's really the one who got me into fashion, not like purposely, like
Hmm.
just seeing her growing up, doing anything from like her makeup to shopping. Um, yeah, she's it for me.
Period.
I want to piggyback off of you and say that wasn't who I was gonna say originally, but you saying that made me like my mom was my first style inspiration as well.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
just always saw her do what she wanted and just kind of be a little bit outside of the box and really not care what anybody else thinks. So like
Right.
Hmm.
that definitely like I feel that in myself now as an adult. But
Mhm.
the first person I thought of when you asked the question was Tiana Taylor. Like I think she
Mm.
is
Mm,
just so effortlessly stylish.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
everything I've seen her and she looks amazing from 10 years ago to today. Like her
Yes.
Hmm.
body is so snatched and
Yeah.
her style is just amazing. Like she is probably my favorite dressed celebrity.
Mhm.
She's amazing.
She is.
My number one style inspo is Rihanna, of course. I feel like
Mhm.
you can put her in anything and she works it, and it's more about the confidence.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
just like how she can try anything, and that's
Yeah.
how I kind of like navigate fashion and
Yeah.
style. Like I know I can work anything because I'm confident in it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Period.
There's the video, This Is What You Came For with
Hmm.
Calvin Harris.
Hmm.
Mhm.
She's literally wearing like a sparkly, it looks like a bag.
Yeah,
And
like
she
a
looks
She
parachute.
looks so
amazing.
good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that video. It's so simple and beautiful.
Absolutely. I'll say for me, definitely my mom for sure, and also my grandma too. I feel like my grandma, she's always like, she's like, Demonte, why don't you wear this? I'm like, I don't know if I will wear that, Grams, and she's like, well, why not? I'm like, I don't really know, and she's like, just wear it. I'm like, okay, and then it turns out to be really good, and then
Mhm.
also just seeing the progression of me getting older, and also just how confident she is in like what I'm doing with myself.
Mhm.
It's like it's nice to have that support, and also she's always been one to like push the boundary even with her own like clothes because she knits, so she does like a
Okay,
lot of
that's
knitting
right.
and like make sweaters, like uh crop tops, tank tops, like shirts, bags. Like she just made this one like clutch bag, and I'm like, girl, I don't know how you're doing this, but go off.
I need to hit her
um
for a crop top.
okay,
Okay.
okay, it's a page, we can get on it.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely my grandma.
Oh, I love that.
Growing up, I would have to say my mom and my aunt. I used to be a kid just watching them get dressed, and they, like I said, they would always say which shoe and like make me part of
Yes.
the transaction.
Mm.
And I would
Mhm.
just say today, any risk taker from Cynthia Erivo up, like any of the girls that or the guys that just
Mhm.
don't care, like
Right.
you're just like, I'm gonna go out here and wear this, and
Mhm.
it is what it is. Even though they know they might get ridiculed the next day, but
Yes.
what makes it so beautiful is that they don't like, you can just see the confidence, like I said,
Mhm.
and I just love those risk takers
Yeah,
that just
absolutely.
take fashion. Like even tonight, even while we're here, like what Dawn had on, if you guys saw it, she
Dawn
had on
Bouchard,
this
Yes,
right?
like
look
a
Yes.
tree.
like a
Oh,
tree. Like it's like
Yes.
I love
I don't
her.
know what they're gonna do, whoever have to sit behind her, but
Right.
Figure
she
it out.
did it. You
I'm
know what I
happy
Yeah.
to
mean?
see
So
her there as
I
well.
love her. You
It's
know what I
so
mean? And
yeah.
so I just things like that. That's art. Like people that are not afraid to wear art,
Right.
Mhm.
and just go there. Go
I'm
to
s
Agreed.
I will say this is off topic a little bit, but I'm just so happy that she's at main events as
Yeah,
because
I
she
was
deserves
She
so
so
much
deserve it.
happy to
recognition.
see her
I love
there.
her.
Like
She's such a good person and very talented.
She's been
Mhm.
pushing out
always has been
art
talented
like
and
for
just like she's
years.
always pushing her pen, always pushing her artistry,
Yeah.
creativity. I stand
Yeah.
her
Yes.
It's
Tay
all the
stands
time.
She's been
beside
that
her
girl.
always.
Yeah.
Listen,
She's
we
been that
were
girl. Go watch some
touching.
I know
videos
that.
that
yeah,
give
like
her
we gotta run it up for her
Absolutely.
because she
yeah,
deserves it.
she does.
Hmm.
So our audience question this week is my friend's husband confided in me multiple times about fears that my friend was cheating with his bestie. I told my friend what was happening, and the husband led my friend to believe that I was inserting myself and he got upset with me. Should I explain that to the husband? Should I explain that the husband invited me into the situation?
This is so messy. Please. So they're not friends with the husband. The husband just confided in their husband's friend.
Did everyone get that or should I repeat
Maybe
it?
I
one more
didn't get
time.
I'm
it.
getting intense deja vu. Like we've talked about this before.
Okay. My friend's husband confided in me multiple times about fears that my friend was cheating with his bestie. I told my friend what was happening, and the husband led my friend to believe that I was inserting myself, and he got upset with me.
Got it.
Should I explain that the husband invited me into the situation?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Hmm.
I think you should communicate to your friend, regardless of how they feel at the end of the day, that this information was presented to you. And
Hmm.
since they're your friend, you took it to them because that's their man.
Yeah.
I think, it sounds like you're moving the right way about it. I would have told my friend as well. I feel like it's a little weird for their husband to even be confiding in you about this if you guys don't have a personal relationship.
Right.
So it sounds like you're being a good friend to me. I would definitely just explain to my friend, like, girl, I could give a damn. Yeah, he came to me telling me this.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, I think you're doing the right thing. Sounds like you're being a good friend to me
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always tricky with friends,
in relationships.
in their relationships because you never know how they're going to react if
Hmm.
they're just like, "Oh, bitch, you're being jealous. Like,
Yeah, and it's like
you
he
want to
tried to
take my
flip it.
man or
Like,
something." Like,
Yeah.
but I think from this situation, it just sounds like they're being a good friend, and yeah, you should absolutely explain the situation to your friend
Hmm.
and do with that information what you will.
Yeah.
I did my job by telling you.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's all you can do. Because then it's like if you didn't tell them and then they find out, it's like, oh well, why wouldn't you tell me my husband told you this?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I stay out of relationships alone.
Yeah.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
definitely not getting into no marriage.
Yeah.
I don't have
I
no
wouldn't
married
block it.
friends. I don't know how to even navigate that type of
My
Right.
friend
relationship
husband
dynamic.
would not even be calling me. Like, I
Like
don't
no,
like,
Because
Yeah.
like,
I'm
I
we're
don't
like,
not about to
know.
talk
do
about
people
this.
know
That's
boundaries
wild to
anymore?
me.
Like,
That's kind of
No.
crazy to me, but yeah.
You have anything to say?
I'm out of it. No, I wouldn't dare because the thing is, you get all in it and then they get back together and
hmm.
then like
Now you
it
feel
gets so
away.
twisted. Like,
Crazy
Yeah.
world,
Yeah.
niggas.
I'll just be like, I'll be there for my friend to a certain extent, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to deal with none
I
of
think
that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think drawing that boundary is so important.
Yeah,
Like
Exactly.
It's hard. Like,
yeah.
I'll be a shoulder to crown and let you dump on me, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give too much input.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
Because
agree.
I feel like it can just create so much turmoil even between you and a friend at that point as
Yeah,
well. Because it's just kind of like inserting yourself in, and then it can kind of like backfire on you. So it's kind of like at this point now, I'm left in the dirt because I had your back,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
and you just never really know how it can like turn out. Especially entering, as Macy said, like a marriage. Bitch,
That's so different than just
that's
dating.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know nothing about that lifestyle.
Right.
So,
I agree.
Mm.
So yeah, guys, that's episode 9. Thank you so much for watching. And let's clap it up one more time for our great guest.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming on,
Yes,
seriously.
you
thank
guys.
you.
And I'm
it's been a
proud of
pleasure.
all 4 of you. This is amazing. Thank you
Thank
for
you
letting
so
me be a
much.
part.
Thank you. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe, you guys. Love y'all. See y'all on our final episode in 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
See y'all later.
Bye.